Well, I don't have much glue left, but I do have enough that I can go back and correct episode 5. I discussed how end grain is a bad glue joint, and therefore I rotated them like this with the grain relatively going from beam to beam. Okay, well, I'm going to change that. Algy Yates pointed out to me that it does tend to crack radially, and if it cracks this direction along the radians and it's sitting in there like this, it's not as critical a situation as cracking this way, which really isn't extremely serious since they're all capped also. But and I'm not going to go back and correct all of these and change them all simply because, well, that's a lot of work, and they're going to be, what I'll do is I will seal them very well with T88 all the way around, and of course they'll be capped with T88 glue and plywood. But I'm going to show you how easy wooden aircraft are to repair. So once again, my favorite repair tool. So if you can see that, let me tip this over some, and you can see that it's nice and flat, and so we'll do both sides of that, and then I might use a utility knife or maybe even an X-Acto knife just to clean that up a little bit. Make sure there's no glue, make sure it's good and smooth. And then, once again, we're gonna get that sanded smooth, and then this here block will be fitted in there perfectly. Now to clean out the corners, I might take my Japanese saw, and of course it's a pulling saw, you know, cuts on the pull. Maybe you get this glue too. And then right there in the corner, just pull it up, make sure I get all the glue even right into that corner. There we go. I already got this one here. And then a little utility knife just to get this little bit of wood. Tried not to cut into this wood, but just get the blocking, so you can actually see the grains of the blocking still on the edge here. So we're going to just shave this down just like a paper thin layer. But you can see how easy that oscillating saw works for at least doing the initial work. And incidentally, it might look like this is real difficult without a handle on it, but it's way easier to use than with the handle. You got more control. And one thing is, don't just push straight in. Kind of slide it as you're doing it. So you're kind of slicing the wood. And you know you got a good fit with your block when it'll hold itself in there. And there you have it. All repaired, nice tight fit, clamped in pretty well. More creative clamping too.